Hello, it's Angel. I'm back. I thought I would make a different kind of video today. Just kind of something I've been thinking about and thought it might be interesting. In the past 4.5 months, I have spent a lot of time with my family, a lot of time alone, and I'm kind of a social person. I'm good by myself and I'm good not being in large crowds, but I do really miss that meeting people, one-on-one interactions, and random deep conversations. These are things that I've just really kind of missed. They don't happen very often these days, and it's something I've been craving. And I thought to myself, I have my imaginary friends, my YouTube friends. Maybe they're missing these deep conversations. Maybe they would like to, participate in some random deep garden thoughts. So I was thinking about, how I could engage, and I have this mind that goes off on these tangents and wanders, and I do a lot of thinking and researching and studying. And so I thought the first topic that I would talk to you about is Dr. Emoto. And Dr. Emoto was from Japan, and in the 90s he did a study on water, and he took water from a single source. All the water came from the same source. He put them in identical bottles, and he labeled them with words. And the words were on a range of positive to negative words. And he then individually took the water out, froze it, and took pictures of the crystallized forms of the water. That's when he noticed that on the water bottles that had a positive word, like I love you, the water crystals were beautiful, like snowflakes, and symmetrical, and clear, and it just very beautiful. And then the ones that had the negative words on them were discolored, malformed, and not as aesthetically pleasing as the other ones, and as the positive ones. And so when I first heard about this story was probably 15 or more years ago, and I was working at a pet store in Springfield, Missouri, and I was in charge of the fish. That was my job at the pet store. I took care of all of the fish and the water quality. And in pet stores, you have casualties, animals die. So part of my job was to scoop out dead fish in the morning when I got there, and scoop out dead fish at night before I left. And I was to keep records of the fish that had died, and I was to keep count and track that. So after watching and learning about Dr. Emoto's water experiment, I was thinking about the water that the fish in the aquariums at work were in. So one of my coworkers was a student at a biblical college there in Springfield, and he was studying to be a pastor. And so I asked him if he would participate in this experiment with me, and I asked him if he would pray for the fish in the aquarium. And he agreed, and we conducted our little experiment. And to both of our surprise and wonder, the next week my death count was cut in half from what it had stably been for months. It had stably been the same. I didn't change the water in any other way. But after he prayed for the fish, the death count was extraordinarily less than what it had been before. So in all this time of sitting and contemplating, life and all the questions of the universe, I, of course, have been gardening and watering and thinking about my plants and the water that I water my plants with. And so if I were to pray while I watered my plants, or even if I were to think about healthy, fruitful, disease and pest-free plants while I watered them, would that affect my plants in any way? What do you think? And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today, just a little deep thought in the garden moment, and thought I would see what are your opinions on this. Have you ever, done any kind of experiments like this before? Have you heard of this? Is this something that you think is total malarkey? What are your thoughts on this? I mean, my opinion, if it's wrong, it's wrong. No harm, no foul. But if it's right, what if? What if that thought, that energy, that intent that we put into growing a good garden is more than just the work we do with our hands, but also in the thoughts that we think while we do the work. So that was just my little deep thought for the day. Let me know what you think. Please comment down below. I really, really love talking to everybody, and I miss the deep conversations. So, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know this is something you're interested in. It's, something that I'm interested in, so I'll probably keep doing videos like this. But, just let me know what you think in the comments down below. And thank you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love your guts. Bye.